This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, the Baroness and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Me.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm Summer Helene, the Baroness. We are on with my co-host, Fuzzy McSnugglepants.
The baddest bear in the cage, Bear Fiorda.
It loses some oomph when you have to say it yourself.
It's like having to say that you are funny or you are intelligent.
Or you are famous.
If you have to say it, you probably aren't as much as you think you are, if at all. That's how I'm going to put that.
So you're not the baddest bear in the cage.
I must not be, because I keep saying it all the time.
I said it
I'm the only one saying it.
I said it once as an intro to the show. And ever since, he has really wanted that intro.
Yeah, and she never gives it to me anymore.
Of course, it's called spite,
You're blue balling my ego right now.
Oh, 100%, as often as I can.
As often as you can. God, don't you sound sadistic. Someone's into it somewhere, but not this guy. I needed the attaboys, the praise and admiration, okay?
No.
Get to the news. Actually, no. Wait, can I start with mine? Or do you want to start with yours?
You can. Well, mine's sad, so yours is funnier.
Mine's funnier, yeah. In this last week in the world stage, and this is pop culture, so it counts, which is crazy that court cases and someone's murder case is pop culture.
Oh, the judge took the death penalty off the table for him.
I'm happy about that.
Me too.
Yeah, he definitely needs punishment for that, but that should not be the case. Yeah, Luigi Mangione. A gentleman by the name of Mark Anderson, age 36, is from the Brooklyn area, walked in to the Metropolitan Detention Center where they're holding Mangione, claiming to be a federal agent with documentation from a court magistrate saying that he gets to take custody of Mangione. Now, it doesn't say specifically in the documents he presented to law officials that's for Luigi, but that is what he verbally told to them, is that he has the right to take this man now.
He tried to break him out.
Well, when they asked him, he absolutely did. When they asked him for his documents, like, hey, let's actually look at everything. Let's see some license. Let's see your whatever you got. He threw at them his Class C driver's license, as well as a ton of nonsense paperwork that basically said nothing at all. He just made this whole thing up entirely. And then he went on to tell them, according to the report, that I have weapons in my bag, which I think was meant to be a threat. And after arresting him, obviously, and they inspected his bag, he had a pizza cutter and a large two-pronged fork they use for barbecues. He's being held in jail currently, awaiting trial, obviously.
Well, at least
36-year-old Mark Anderson.
At least he can go for a psych defense. Our guest has changed, so I'll give you that information in a moment.
Oh no! Okay, well, I was really excited for our guest today. Who we'll talk about later.
We've got Faith Barrett on.
Faith Barrett.
So we'll talk about
we
that.
Can get to meet her. This is nice.
I know. So in more unfortunate news, Catherine.
Yeah,
O'Hare
I know.
passed.
Let's jump. Who?
Catherine O'Hare.
I feel like I know that name, but I can't put it to a face right now.
She's the mother from Home Alone, the wife from Schitt's Creek.
Home Alone. Oh,
she's the mother from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I really like her.
What happened? Why did she pass away?
She was 71. No one, I don't know yet. That's not, you don't just drop dead for no reason.
Listen, 71 in 2026 is like the old 55. That's kind of odd to see people just dropping at that point, unless some kind of pre-existing condition.
Yeah. Well, in funnier news, there's a comedian named Sammy Obeid.
Yes.
And a heckler comes into his performance complaining, he's talking about ICE in his performance as one would. And so this heckler comes in and she's like, I support the military. What the hell does that have to do with ICE? Yeah, so this became a whole thing. And I think the moral of the story is you should probably study the comedian you're going to go see before you go see them.
First of all, heckling a comedian in general is detrimental to your mental health because they prepare for that. You ask all of them, they all say, we literally prepare for people to heckle us. It's part of their routine. It's part of their crowd work. But also, yeah, ICE isn't the military. Fuck that. What are you talking about?
I'd like to remind everyone, every time we use bad language, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, Humane Society of America, and Free MMA. We swear.
Because we care. Except for the guy who was wearing like the military jacket he had custom made He's like the ICE chief or whatever.
No. That was the
sheriff. The sheriff.
The border patrol. The problem with him was that wasn't actually the issue jacket. And if you're looking at 1940s Hugo Boss as your inspiration as a patent, maybe
you
don't.
Probably shouldn't be patenting the jacket.
No.
Or having it made.
No,
yeah, it's a good idea.
Do
maybe don't do that.
And then we had the Kardashians. We had Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday.
Did he hit on Kris Jenner?
Everyone said he was looking down the top. That's the most of it.
Okay.
But essentially, so they're at the 70th birthday, but it was Remembrance Day. So they asked them to take the photos down, which of course brought more attention. You think at this point they would have learned something about how to handle the media. If you want something to go away, don't address it. The royal family has it perfectly. Never complain, never explain. But essentially they tried to make it sound like it wasn't an authorized photo to go out, a whole thing. And I never thought I'd put this sentence together. The Kardashians were so classy in the way they handled it.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian were doing a podcast saying, Meghan Markle's a friend of Mum's, and we would never have put up a photo without permission. It's fine to withdraw it after the fact. We'll just take it down. So it was the most polite, no, don't lie about us and say we put this up without permission that I've ever heard. It was really well done. So
you went to a public event. People publish photos all the time. You whether we like or not, a public figure.
So
that is to be expected.
It's Remembrance Day. So for those that don't know, for everyone, that you wear a poppy. It's military. It's a very somber occasion. And if you go to a birthday party on that evening, you go to a birthday party. If he was still a working member of the royal family, yes, it would be considered bad taste. But he's not, so he can do whatever he wants. But he's still trying to give the appearance of propriety.
Right.
And I can tell you the one benefit of not being tied into that is you can do whatever the heck you want. Take it from me, darling. You do not want to be tied in. Take the.
To be fair, he's trying to do whatever he wants. He just also wants to do whatever he wants his cake and to eat it too. That's his goal here.
No,
that's their goal. In general.
I know.
They want the royal titles, the accolades, and to do whatever they want.
Him and Brooklyn Beckham seem to be having the same problem. Now, I personally, Nicola Peltz's father, brilliant businessman. He goes in, cannibalizes businesses, and makes money off them. I love the way this man does business.
Cannibalizes business.
Oh, it's beautiful.
What does that mean?
Hostile takeovers.
Hostile takeover.
Oh, he's wonderful.
Beautiful hostile. How does that affect the guys at the bottom? Our janitors, our pencil pushers, our guys in the mail room?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
I'm just saying.
It's terribly. But the point is, he's made an absolute fortune doing this. So he's got this daughter, who is very problematic. He's got a wife who's even more problematic. His wife's awful. Brooklyn married Nicola Peltz, who's the daughter of this genius businessman. So this genius businessman has this daughter that decides she wants to be a famous actress. She's in the new Transformers, a bunch of stuff, except she doesn't really have any discernible talent. And she's not very good at putting in work towards anything. Oh, you're really selling her. So it is what it is. And so she marries Brooklyn Beckham, who is the progeny of, Victoria Beckham and Lady Victoria and Sir David Beckham. And he has no discernible talent. He tried to do football, soccer, as you call it, wasn't very good. He's tried to be a photographer, wasn't very good. So these are two people who have incredibly successful parents who have nothing to offer.
Wait, sorry to back this up a little bit for me not knowing.
So Nicola Peltz married David Beckham's son, Brooklyn Beckham.
That's what I was going to ask. Brooklyn is the son
of David Beckham and Victoria.
Why would you
Beckham.
Name your son Brooklyn?
Apparently that's where he was conceived.
But that's a very well-known.
It's what it is. So Brooklyn Beckham married Nicola Peltz. And so, it's a billionaire's kid marrying a trillionaire's kid, whatever.
Yeah, the reality, you're marrying into money.
Yep, except neither of them have any discernible talent.
But they have money.
Yes.
They can buy talent. That is their talent.
And Brooklyn has gone, forget it, I'm out. My family's terrible. My mother is awful. My father's awful. They're both super controlling. I'm like, of course they are. That you don't end up successful without being in control of your environment. I'm sure Nicola Peltz's father is the same.
Cut him out?
No, he cut them out.
He cut them out.
Yes. So he went through, he spat the dummy, he said, I'm done. I don't want anything to do with them. They're monsters. My mother, and unfortunately, he's kind of turned into Prince Harry, where he's turned on the family and keeps spitting out discernible lies.
Can I be a little bit shallow here and just say that if you raise me awfully, but you are a multi-billionaire, I'll still show up for family dinner. I'll be there at your side when you pass away, as long as my name's in the will. But I definitely would not just throw that away.
Well, he marries this billionaire's daughter, of a
I
billionaire.
know, so he thinks he has options, but
I know, but the reality is now and now his name, he added Peltz. He took her name.
I can open up with $1 billion.
I know, you can give a bunch of money to children.
Just saying.
Handbags are better. But essentially, I'm trying to think of a polite way of putting this. He pulled a Prince Harry.
Yeah.
He turned on the family because he didn't feel special enough. Then he runs off with this girl whose father is brilliant, but she's an idiot, and takes the girl's name. Cool. I'm actually for that. You want to do that? Fine. Mm-hmm. I don't care who takes whose name. But when you have two people with no talent and they don't have a Kris Jenner to put their lives together.
Right.
You have a real problem.
It makes you wonder how these parents
they're obviously shopping a reality show. That said, I will happily distribute their reality show.
It makes me wonder how two incredibly successful families and parents, I guess, successful in the business world, turned out such awful kids. Is it because you think they don't raise them directly? Do they have nannies doing it?
No, they raise them.
It's spoiled. Spoil them? Is that it?
I think it's a combination of spoiled and inferior. If you never find your footing and you're always in your parents' shadow.
But you have the money to find footing.
Yes, but if you don't want to do the work.
You just need to have a little bit of work ethic, not even a lot. A little bit of work ethic.
That's because you have work ethic. You expect everyone to.
But you don't need a lot. I'm just saying, if I had $1 billion, I do not need a hard grind mindset, hard grind set. Okay. I just need to have something I like doing. So what this tells me is they don't even have something they enjoy doing.
Speaking of no talent, Melania's documentary flopped.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think shout out to Jeff Bezos, that $40 million you gave her for the documentary definitely expanded your ability to do business in the United States. Yeah, so documentary money well spent.
Yeah, documentary money very well spent. And I love that the top theaters in Boston, I think it was, not one ticket sold for it. No one, but the amount of people who bought it, I could probably count with minimal stress.
They had the same problem in the UK. Nobody would.
No one wants to buy this stupid thing.
In the opposite sphere, the top program on Lifetime is Courtney Stodden's life story. Now, this is a woman in her 30s. She's my age, but looks better. It sucks.
You're beautiful, sweetheart. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Thank you, darling. What really got me though is, do you know how bad a life you have to get a Lifetime movie at 30?
Like a Lifetime is it a movie with actors or a docu?
No, it's a movie with actors they're actually doing,
but they're living out her life.
Yeah, and it was like, you know how bad,
pretty bad life.
I mean, your parents have to marry you off at 16 to Doug Hutchinson.
It's a little bit on the nose there.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was done to that girl was absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, no, I'm really we met her at that event about the perimenopause documentary that released by two lovely women. I wish I can recall upon one of their names in this moment. But it was really nice to meet her and talk to her and hear kind of her story in person. And she's so much, I don't want to say she's better because of it, but I definitely think she was able to turn that experience into something very wholesome and do something well with her life because of it. I just wish, everyone probably wishes at this point who's gotten a chance to know her that she just had different fucking parents. Caring parents, a caring parent.
Do you know what I would do if my daughter was like, I'm 16, I'd like to marry this 56-year-old
This 56-year-old. To my knowledge, he wasn't even like extremely well off or anything. This wasn't like a financial
her mom apparently had the hots for him.
Oh God, so you sold your kid. How does that even make sense?
I don't know how the father went along with it. If someone come in and was like, I'd like to sleep, a 56-year-old man comes and says, I would like you to marry your 16-year-old daughter off to me.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I wouldn't say anything.
What would you do?
Don't have to. We don't want to do anything incriminating here, okay? Anything I say now can't be used against me in the court of law. No, and I just did a video today. If anyone doesn't know, I run a small channel called Bear the Goods. I talk about what it means to be a real man in today's society and how to stand up as a just good person in the modern world. And the video I talked about today was a guy who broke into this man's house, chasing his daughter through the living room. He chased her from outside their house into the house. And while the father did step in between them, his response was to talk to the guy. Like, I wouldn't even have a conversation if you were doing this on the sidewalk. You chased her into my house. Fuck you. This is life or death. I'm sorry you chose to go to bed early and permanently. That's not my fault. But yeah, I think that she, at least the father not having this kind of reaction to that situation is baffling to me. Because what on earth would he have gotten out of this deal? Everyone has motivation. What was his? It doesn't make any sense.
Kept his wife happy.
I would not keep you happy if kept you happy means we're selling our child.
I agree.
To a fucking pedophile.
I'm
sorry.
Agree.
No, not sorry.
Don't be sorry. You're not willing to Epstein it.
Yeah.
And that's the next one. I love everyone's like they're talking about
There's
Epstein.
More. You weren't wrong about this being depressing.
They're talking about Epstein, and the reality is, Democrats and Republicans are like. It turns out that whole Pizzagate thing wasn't real, but there really was a pedophile cabal.
Yeah. It just was on, it wasn't just pertaining to one party or another.
Nope, it's both of
them.
It
was everybody.
And speaking of depressing, horrible things that always seem to go wrong, just get it? Because
historically,
now? Yeah. You picked Paddy Pimblett to win.
Oh, yes. For our MMA fans who listen to the show, I always have terrible fight picks. I picked Paddy Pimblett to win.
Hang on. If he corners, the person's going to win. If he picks the person and he's not cornering, they lose.
My in-person luck when I'm involved is great. My in-person luck when I'm not involved or not in person, shit, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't
every
work.
Single time his guy loses.
Yeah, every single time. I picked Paddy the Baddy. I picked Volkanovski against Islam Makhachev. It doesn't matter who they are. If I say they're going to win, they're going to lose. Like this week, I said Volkanovski's going to win against Diego Lopez. And I think I've just ruined it for him, but I'm not going to back down. I will be right occasionally, and this is one of those damn times, okay?
Yeah, his friends, when he says, you'll do great, they tell him to be quiet. They love when he corners them because that means they're going to win. But when if he starts talking about them winning on his live stream, he will get rather rude text messages from his friends.
Well, you know what? We're doing our best, okay? I'm doing my best.
I think the first one you got was from Sam going, knock it off.
Well, that's because Sam Alvey, I think I did jinx him, honestly.
Yeah.
I told him like the day before the fight when I first met him, he's got this. I was so proud of him being my coach and everything. So,
he's like,
you're going to win, dude. And then he lost. And I'm like, oh, man, this always happens. And he's like, what do you mean this always happens?
And he's like, yeah, never pick me again.
Like, never pick me again, you little shit.
It is, but if you corner, your person wins every time.
Yeah. So hey, if you want me to corner you, I have rates and fees. All of it's donations to the nonprofit. So hit me up on Instagram at BearFiorda. I will fly out to you and help you win your fight.
The last time you cornered someone, it was for a burrito.
Cornered someone for a burrito?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
You show up if they feed you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, if you're just down the road, I'll come for a half a sandwich, a half a turkey club. I don't care. But just if you require gas for me to get out to you or a plane ride, I need a little bit more compensation. Maybe like a full-size Italian sub, you know?
This is why your managers don't let you negotiate.
This is why I'm fat. This is because I have a severe problem with food. Yes. But I think with our news done, we can bring in somebody who doesn't have to lose 30 pounds for a fight. Can we do that?
That was the worst possible segue.
All right, welcome to the show, Faith Barrett. How's it going?
Oh, wait, I'm not in. I have to find my light. I have to find my light. There we go.
Shit. I kicked you in too soon. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I wasn't ready. Now I'm ready. Where's my light? There it is. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. You look fine.
Thank you.
Very
helpful. I know I look fine, but I'm just saying.
Yes. I'm getting told how not to compliment women by my significant other right here.
Yeah, you look fine. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Can you see the Hollywood sign behind me?
Let's see.
Yeah.
I can see it now. Yeah, I just got to peek over a little bit.
Nice.
Is that cool? That's cool, right?
Yeah, it is.
I like that. So welcome to the show.
Wow, I didn't know this was like a lie. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what's happening here? It's your guys' show?
Yes, it's a live show. We talk about Hollywood, the ins, the outs, and he mostly talks about punching people.
I have a list.
We'll discuss rates after the show then.
Copy that.
So can you tell everyone in the audience just a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Faith Barrett, and that's my stage name. I like to tell people that I'm like Simon Peter in the Bible because first and foremost, I love God and I love Jesus. So that's who I put first in my life everywhere I go, because when you put God first and Jesus first, everything else falls into place, and it's brilliant. So I feel blessed to have been saved by Jesus Christ, and the gift of salvation is the best gift you could ever receive. So I'm grateful for that.
I like
Absolutely.
that.
I love that. Humility is so important, especially to be have any kind of success in the entertainment world. You can't buy into your own hype, and I think religion, having some higher power to follow and believe in, is really beneficial for that.
Yeah. I just, whatever Jesus wants me to do, God wants me to do, that's what I'll do. I'm willing to, lay down my life.
Now, you're in the entertainment industry. Can you tell everyone a bit about what you do? You were on set yesterday. We were actually supposed to meet you at an event.
Last night. That's right.
Yes.
Well, so the Grammys are crazy. The traffic the traffic at night this week is insane because this Grammys week.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so much traffic. You can't even, at nighttime, forget about it. You can't even get anywhere. It's insane. So I had a job yesterday. I was on set yesterday, but I got a free day off, paid vacation day. So I got a free paid vacation day. So that was fun. What else? Oh, I just did a faith-based Christmas movie called A Christmas Miracle. And I shot that only a few months ago, and already the trailer is done. So it's really cool, and it looks really cute. So I'm very excited to see that one come out. Yeah.
That's
and
excellent.
So that'll be out at Christmas in 26?
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
Oh, if they put it out as a summer movie, if I was the distributor, I'd kill them.
So Christmas in July.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, so it would probably be coming out next Christmas.
That's perfect.
That's
it's
awesome.
Funny. Most of the films I make that come out at Christmas, we shoot a few months before, which is probably why my shows are crap.
The editors a lot.
They should have did it for this past. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did a good job. It looks great.
I like that. Now,
A Christmas Miracle. I'll be looking out for it.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good story.
Very nice. Did you always know you were going to be on set like from a young age, or did you kind of fall into it later in life?
I always felt a calling to the entertainment industry as a kid. I started out as a dancer. I was a DJ. I was into music for a little while. So I just always felt like it was something that I wanted to do and pursue. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Any kind of entertainment.
Why? I don't know. I just always felt it like growing up. It's weird. And then it was tough because I was brought up in Connecticut, and everybody's like, get a job. And you're like, okay, whatever. But little did you know that like you can have a successful career in the entertainment industry. And the only thing that really kept me going and made me realize that I could be successful was my family, because my cousins are Jimmy Einer and Donnie Einer, and they were huge music producers. Like they did Dirty Dancing. Jimmy's signature was at the end. He owned the rights to it. And, they produced Kiss, and Michael Jackson's last CD, of course, said thank you to one person, my cousin. So I felt like if they can do it, so can I. Because if you grow up, like Connecticut, the entertainment industry it wasn't very flourishing when I was there. But if you come somewhere like Hollywood, where everybody's in the entertainment industry, you might have a better chance of making it, because it's who you surround yourself with, the people you surround yourself with, and your inner dialogue. So
that's something I don't think a lot of people realize. I love that you bring that up. We always say, you're the culmination of your 5 closest friends, but more than that, if you're, and I love Connecticut, it's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to be in the film industry, it is not where you want to be. You need
Yeah.
to be around people who are in the industry.
Who believe in you, who will support you, who will help you,
Yep.
you know? And so it was always a fight for me to make my dreams come true. It was always a struggle. And then it took me a really long time to finally start taking it seriously. So, but once I did, things started happening.
Was there a moment where you thought, okay, I need to actually do this, or kind of put up or shut up? I can't make this work if I only half-ass it.
Yeah, exactly. It was, I don't know. I started taking acting classes in New York, and I fell in love with the craft of acting. And I just loved it. I just loved the craft and the technique of acting so much. I enthralled myself in that. But the problem is it's a business. So you get so enthralled into the art, you don't realize, oh, I need headshots. I need an agent. I need a manager. I need all this stuff. You don't realize that because you're so enthralled in your craft. It just is whatever. So I came to Hollywood because Hollywood's Hollywood, but I also came because I wanted to study with my acting coach, Eric Morris, who is one of the most brilliant acting coaches in the world. I mean, there were famous people that flew into his class from all over the world just to take his classes here in Los Angeles. And it was such a blessing to be able to be in that room for about 6 years and learn and study from him. He worked with Jack Nicholson, De Niro, Al Pacino, Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, Joseph Pena, was in my class. We used to do scenes together. It was just his technique. I just love his technique. And it was just brilliant. And it completely changed my acting. Completely changed my acting.
Schwarzenegger's son, the ones he had with Marie Shriver looked like the Kennedys, but the one he had.
Yes, that's what I say.
He's hot.
He's so cute. He's smoking hot. And he looks just like his dad because he was Spanish, right? So, and he's such a nice kid. And he's so nice. And actually, there's a funny story because we used to hang out. I was like, Joe, so did you go to your dad and get an agent or manager or anything, PR person? He's like, no, I got to do it myself. I'm like, Joe, don't waste your time. Go to your dad. Don't waste your time. So next thing I know, he's on magazine covers and Dancing with the Stars and all this stuff. So it's a cute story.
You got the connection.
Be smart.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Oh, you lost my connection?
No, we still hear you. We're saying that if you have the connections, you should use them. Take advantage of it. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Now,
for sure.
Going from Connecticut to New York to Hollywood, is it any point? I shouldn't say, because yes, of course, there'd be some nerves, but what was the most difficult part of all these transitions, trying to find your place in the entertainment industry?
It was just, my mindset. Basically, my mindset is because, if you think in your own head, oh, I'm never going to make it. I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too pretty, I'm too ugly. There's all these limiting beliefs inside your head. So that's a whole thing you have to get over yourself. And I just really, what worked for me was that I did it because I loved the craft of acting. A lot of people just come to Hollywood because they want to be rich and famous, and I just fell in love with the craft. And so I feel like maybe that's why it's been working out for me. And, I just kept at it and kept going. And, because it's not something you can just do one day and then not do. You have to really love it too, because it's a tough business. It's ups and downs, and it's one day you could be working and it's just crazy. You have to really want it and really love it and really enjoy it, because it is a tough business.
There's the old adage, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. It's a very specific business, a very good business, but very specific.
Yeah.
I love that you mentioned the ups and downs. I think so many people who don't try to either to achieve the dreams or who don't want to be in entertainment, but they look at it from a distance. They see the top, 5, 10, whatever percent, and think, okay, this is all of them. This is what all actors and actresses do. They get on these big movies, get on these big year-long, multi-year run TV shows, make their millions, and they go to the next one. But there's so many people who are struggling, or it's a job. You got to keep at it every single day.
Yeah, because there's so many. Everybody wants to be an A-list actor. Everybody wants to be an A-list actor. So, yeah. There's a lot of competition. And that's what I was trying to say.
That's what I was going to ask right now is how would you describe the competition? How would you describe how difficult it is to really get to that position as an actor?
Well, I think a manager is extremely important. And so I'm working with Gloria Tate now. And, I think that's very important. So, she and I are good. And, you have a team, right? It's more important to have a team because Rome wasn't built in a day by one person. You have to have a team of people and you have to take care of your people and pay them properly. Your agents and managers get 25% out of your paycheck. And, and then there's PR and then there's hair and makeup and it's just, the list goes on and on. So, but that's your team. So it's important to take care of your team as well,
I think people miss the importance of that, and something it's always so important. And your agent, your manager, your publicist, those are your most important people because you can't exist without them. But more than that, I always tell people let's say you're at CAA, I want you to choose the guy that just became an agent and came up from the mailroom. I don't want you to take the guy that has Tom Cruise, because if he's got Tom Cruise, he's not going to care about you. But you want a good agency, and you want the agent that needs you to eat.
Yeah.
If he needs you to eat, you're working.
Yeah, so my friend works at CAA. She handles all the Korean. She goes to Korea. So she told me, CAA is different because they work together as a team.
Yep.
So there's other agencies like WME. They're competing against each other instead of working together. So if one agent has something for your client, they're going to work together and they don't scream and yell at each other. I've heard horror stories coming from like WME and other agents where they just scream and yell at you. My first agent, I fired my first agent because he called me on the phone screaming and yelling at me. I'm like, what? Like this, like he was just, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, so, and they're like, I heard that CA is very good. They work together as a team.
CA is very good. Elite is very good. There are some of them that are really, really good. But if your agent needs you to eat, if he needs you to pay his rent, he'll make sure you work.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think people miss is how collaborative Hollywood is.
Yeah.
Something that people don't recognize, that you can see Johnny Depp, but you're not seeing the 60 people that make them exist.
Right.
Exactly.
And it is important. I have a lot of people. I produce TV shows, and most people could never get me on the phone. Could never, could never come near. But if I know your agent, if I know your person, and they call and say, "Hey, can you put this person in this show?" Relationships are important. That's what agents do.
Wow.
They really need to be.
Wow.
I love that you mentioned that they can be competitive with each other. In the fighting world, there's definitely companies that will they'll sign multiple fighters and then look at them and think, oh, well, you're signed to us. You should be fighting a different group of people. But because I rep 2 fighters, I'll make them fight and I'll take the money from both.
Iridium does that. Never sign with Iridium. And shout out to the UFC. I love that company, but Iridium has both guys fighting, both come from Iridium, so there's no vested interest in marketing or who wins or loses.
Really, they just break in the money.
Wow.
Very dirty.
I hope I'm not prying too much on the past. What was he yelling at you about? What could possibly
Yeah, see, it's well, because I had submitted myself for a Lifetime film in New York, and I was working at the time, and I just found out.
Oh, we cut out.
Okay, well, let's put a pin in that right there.
I know. I want to hear what happened.
We're talking about why she was having a fallout with the first agent, and it was regarding a Lifetime film.
It's funny. I've heard agents scream at people. I had one of my bosses once threw a stapler at a director, hit me with the stapler, made me give it back to him so he could throw it at the director again.
That's
there you go.
All right.
Someone tried calling me. So yeah, it was like, instead of calling my agent, my manager, to figure out what was going on, I called the casting department, and they're like, "You can't call here," and I hung up the phone. I'm like, whoa, you invited me in for an audition. I'm just trying to find out, like, apparently that's a big no-no. So they called my agent, and my agent called me up screaming at me, you can't call casting direct, like screaming at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh. I'm like, first of all, I got myself this audition, and it was the lead role for a Lifetime feature film. And then after, it was like just a big mess. So, you know.
Wow, I can't imagine why they would be so unhappy that you called them directly unless they have some kind of deal with.
It's always circumvent. So essentially, we shouldn't have been screaming at you. That's absurd. I think the only time I've seen agents scream, but usually it's when somebody's done something incredibly stupid. Like I knew an agent that had a rapper that got drunk, crashed into a drive-through, and tried to start a fist fight with the guy that worked in the drive-through. He definitely screamed. The agent screamed that day.
I think that's a warranted. That's a reasonable.
So when you said the agent
that
screamed, that's my bar for why the agent's screaming at you. I'm like, did you get drunk and try and fight the clown at a drive-through?
Yeah, right. No, not that day.
No.
Oh, not that
day. But I can understand why an agent would be flipping. But for you to call the casting director, especially on a job he didn't get you.
Yeah, like I submitted myself or something, and it was just like, but that's why you need a team of people, and that's why you have to work together as a team. You know, a lot of actors, they don't want to pay their people; they want to pocket everything themselves. You know, but they don't realize how important it is to take care of your people because they work hard. You know, and until you get paid, they don't get paid.
That's it. And you can't do it. You can't do it alone. The more people you have banking on you, the better you'll do. And true. I don't care if you lose 75% of your paycheck, but you get 40 paychecks, great. Because otherwise
you're making $1 million. It's like, of course, it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. I don't worship money anymore. I used to worship money. So I just stopped worshiping money. And now I just worship Jesus and everything falls into place. Yeah, because you can't have two gods.
I appreciate that, but my job is all about money. So my job is to make as much money as humanly possible. But
you have to fund films, though.
I have to fund.
For film funding, it costs a lot of money to make a movie. Yeah,
I do have to do that. So I'm always worried about the bottom line. But when I see people that don't pay their team, that to me is a huge red flag. That means
I don't think that stands good for character. They're probably not going to be as.
No, you're not going to be respected because if the rumors get out that you're not going to be very well respected in town.
That's a good point. So getting out of town, in other words.
Yeah.
Hollywood does not forgive easily.
Yeah. No. True, and Hollywood's a small world.
Very small.
Yeah. So reputation is very important.
Yeah, I agree with those things, especially in a community where I think you have 100,000 active working people at a time. The number sounds big. Yeah. We're running into people all the time. You see, I'm not even in Hollywood directly, and I run into people from the entertainment world all the time. These same people. You meet someone kind of new, and then you branch out to another 7-8 people, but they all know each other. What's that phrase called? The 7 degrees of separation. It's one or two.
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Now,
or the 6 degree, what are they called? Yeah, something like that.
All that said, it does work in favor, though. That's why I always tell people never lie, because I may not know you, but I know someone that does. Right. And if you're in Hollywood, everyone knows you. Now, what are you most proud of in your career?
I'm most proud of putting Jesus first, and my first faith-based film, actually, because I've always wanted to do one. And I did a film by Suzanne De Laurentiis called A Heart Full of Hope. And that was put on by the Mendez Foundation. Now, they save lives by donating kidneys. So they raise funds to, make more people aware of, to get people kidneys, because it's very hard to find a match for a kidney. And if someone's dying, so they started making movies to raise awareness about kidney donations. And they've done a few. And the first one actually helped get at least like 10 new donors on the list or something. So it's a film that actually helps, helps saves lives. So that was very nice to work on that. And then from that came this faith-based faith-based feature film. And I was like, finally booked one, you know, because that's, you know, I love God, and, you know, I don't want to do any of that other horror, evil stuff, you know?
Right. No,
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. And especially you can be so proud of something like that because you're really changing people's lives by being a part of that film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
So
there-
it's nice. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask the flip side. Is there a film that you really weren't that happy to be a part of at any point in your career?
Well, it was so fun because it was in New York City and I was just doing background, and I didn't care. I just loved being on set, and I would sit on set and just write all day. And I'm like, oh, I'm a paid writer, you know? So then I showed up to set one day, and the girl they hired for the scene was too tall or something. So they came backstage and they looked around and they pointed to me and they go, you over there. And they brought me to hair and makeup, and I was like, what's going on? So, okay. And then I walk out and I sit right across from Judy Greer. And I'm like, whoa. And we just start talking. And I'm like, so is this a comedy or a drama? And she's like, well, I'm doing comedy. I don't know what they're doing. And we just started talking, warming up for the scene and stuff. And we're filming scenes. And then all of a sudden this guy walks over. I thought he was part of the crew. And then he walks away. And I was like, who's that? She's like, oh, that's Billy Joe Armstrong, the lead singer of Green Day. Yeah. And then here comes Joan Jett. I'm like, this just keeps getting cooler. And Joan Jett comes in and she's hilarious. So it felt very fun to have that opportunity. But like, I missed my mark. The director told me my mark one time and I missed it, and I missed it every time. And I guess he just didn't care about me. So he didn't, you know, and I was like, whatever. So I was just playing like the bitchy assistant, you know, like, we don't have time for this guy. We got to go, you know, so it came out cool anyway, but they still haven't put me on IMDb actually. And that was done in 2016. I'm like, why I didn't even like, so I told SAG about it. So it's okay.
You can submit yourself on IMDb, but yeah, I would be a little offended. Though that said, I broke IMDb, so mine doesn't even work anymore.
I broke it.
Well, apparently, so I did.
I'm so busy. I've done so many movies. I broke it.
I wish that was it. If you want to delete your IMDb page, you put in AFD. I worked for a company called AFS. The D and S button are right next to each other on the computer. So in the field, I put AFD. It deleted my entire IMDb, disconnected me from everything I've done, and deleted my Amazon account because it owns Amazon.
And deleted your Amazon.
Wow.
I lost my Amazon account. It disconnected everything. So I'm telling everyone in the audience, never put AFD in. I think they fixed it. Unlike the kid with the dry cleaning bag over their face, I'm now the reason it says do not put AFD in this field.
Someone's got to take away your ability to code.
Seriously. So, but I put it in because I was inputting for one of our films. I'm producing this film and I'm inputting everything so that my assistant can put in all the actors. And I put it in the wrong field in the producer's portal and it deleted. But the worst part is it deleted my Amazon account. It deleted my Amazon shopping, television, gone. Deleted because it belongs to Amazon. So it deleted my IMDb, it deleted my everything. So I can go find each individual project I did, but it doesn't come to the central hub anymore. And so the companies you worked with, and as you know, have to put you in. So this company has to put you in and say you did this project. Well, all the shows that benefit from me being involved won't reattach to me. But the ones that didn't, that I want to be associated with were like, no, I can't be bothered.
Just
always work that way. The ones that most benefit you will never do it. So this particular one of yours.
I only put the ones that were real credits up there. A lot of people put uncredited stuff up there. So I've worked on films with Spielberg a few times, and you know, maybe I should have left those ones up there because that would have been cool. But they weren't credited. You know, it was just.
But wait. Now I want to know this more personally too. What's the difference between getting your credit and not? How does that work out if you're on the film?
Well, if your background, a lot of companies just hire you for background. So a lot of people will put, I worked on that movie as BG. So they'll put themselves up there and then it'll just say uncredited because you weren't a hired actor.
Gotcha. So if you're of no consequence, you get no credit.
It's not no consequence. You couldn't do a film without background actors. They really are.
Yeah, it's an important part of the film. And what I like about it is because, you know, when I first came to Hollywood, I started doing it because I wanted to see what it was like. And you can do that and sit on set and learn actors etiquette and see how it works and how a movie gets made. And it's just really fun being on set.
And
So
learn the language. For those that don't know,
Yes.
Hollywood is very, very specific language. ADDP, like you need to know what it is and what they do. And the best way to do that and get paid is to go on as a background actor.
Yeah, and I got to hang out with Spielberg a few times. So I'm like, this is cool.
That's brilliant.
You know?
Yeah. I ended up in a porno that was shot on Paramount's lot.
Yeah.
Because of that. Just walking in the background, we were doing an entirely different show, and they shot just literally crowd stuff at Paramount. Then sold it online. It was picked up by a company that was doing a porno. And you can buy clips. Yeah. And so random background.
Well,
no. Well, you do. So when you go to places like Paramount, I worked there for years and years and years. At lunchtime, when everyone's milling about on set, they'll actually record, and then they'll sell that as B-roll. And you can buy any B-roll online from any company anywhere. And so you end up in all kinds of weird places. You'll see cityscapes that have been shot from place to place, and people buy it. It's not a big deal. It's a way to cheapen it.
Do you know who AC Lyles is?
AC Lyles.
You worked at Paramount. AC Lyles was a big shot over there.
I worked for Brad.
Okay, I don't know Brad.
Brad Gray, he was the head of Paramount. I was his assistant, and then I was one of his producers for many, many, many years.
Because my manager worked with AC Lyles, and so she was over there.
So I'm not sure what department he was in. So I worked with Brad Gray. So if you talk to a manager, he'll know who Brad is, and he could tell you what department AC Lyles was in.
Yeah,
you can figure out department.
I guess it's not small sometimes.
Oh no, there's about 5,000 people at Paramount.
Oh, shit.
And it's broken up into 7 departments. You have primary, which is what Brad was the CEO of Paramount, so he was the president at the time. And then all the departments have a department head. All the department heads answer to Brad. And then each department's broken up.
It just keeps working. It's a chain of command.
It's like, it looks like a family tree. I worked for him, and he would send me wherever. The only rule at Paramount was no women were allowed to work for Tom Cruise anymore. When I was there, they got banned. And it's not because he's rapey. It's because every time they sent girls to him, he was so charismatic, he'd convert them to Scientology.
Oh, I think we
froze.
I think she froze on us.
Oh, no. So when
we'll
we get her back,
to talking about Scientology in a moment.
Yeah, I like that she the AC Lyles. I'm curious. I'd like to know who he is and what department he was in.
Oh, we'll find out soon enough. I wanted to ask her what her what advice she'd have for anyone who's looking to get into it. We always ask people this, but some struggle to look
she's
for
done
to see what happens.
So she's a working actor. And for those that don't know, that is a very, very difficult thing to do. I wanted to be an actress. I modeled. I made a lot of money modeling. Yeah. But I did that to supplement acting because I don't have it was nicely put, but I don't have exaggerated enough features. I did phenomenally in classic films. I did great in 50s films. I did great in vintage pieces. But I do not have a very modern face. And so it is what it is. I'm the person you put in the Tudors. So it's
if you want an old English
if you want an old English looking person, that's me. But very there we go. I found you again.
Wait, you're inside.
And you're inside.
Teleported somewhere.
Yeah, I teleported. I'm in the vortex of Hollywood Towers. Yeah. No, my phone died because it got too hot because I was in the sun.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. It's not your fault.
I liked the Hollywood sign in the background. So
I know.
I was saying it is so hard to be an ongoing working actor in Hollywood. You've managed to do it. Not many people can. What advice, a lot of our audience are young men predominantly. What advice would you have to somebody who wants to be in entertainment, who wants to be a fighter, be an actor, be a singer? What advice would you give them?
Well, before I give advice, I just want to give all of my gratitude and thanks to my cousins, Jimmy Einer and Donnie Einer and Jimmy Jr., because Jimmy Jr. was the one who helped me make my video in Stamford, Connecticut to first go on Actors Access. And I started booking a ton of work after that, which was a huge blessing. So I owe everything, like, other than Jesus, I owe everything to them, you know? So I was very lucky and thankful to have them in my life because Jimmy's name, I mean, Jimmy and Einer and Donnie Einer, they're huge. So if they see that on my resume, you know what I mean? It helps to have someone like that, you know, if you're related to someone like that. That certainly helps. But then also, you have to be professional. You have to be on your A game as well, because they're not just because you're so and so's son, daughter, father, sister, whatever. You still have to be good. You have to be good at your craft, and you have to be professional. And you can't party and do drugs and sleep around, and so that's what you have to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I completely
be a professional.
Agree. Well, it's you can open the door, but you have to step through it. And when you step through it, if you're stepping through on your family's name, you do represent them to a degree as well.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thank you so much, and I love that advice, because I think too many people look at it as they can kind of get away with whatever they want. I'm an actor. I get to be an asshole. I get paid full. You can't behave in such ways.
This is why I try to be nice. I try to be nice all the time, but nobody's perfect 24/7. You know what I mean? Because you never know who, especially in Hollywood, you never know who anybody is. So this person could be your boss tomorrow. You know what I mean? This person could be directing a movie tomorrow. So I try to be nice to everyone. Because think about it, if you meet your hero, I heard that, like, if you meet your hero and they're an a-hole to you, it's like, that's not cool, and so I just try to be nice all the time,
That's
so
what
Conor
you should.
McGregor
You don't
should
want
never
to
punch you in the face.
I should never.
Well, it's different.
I don't care. But you know what?
Where can everyone find you on social media?
So I'm on Faith Barrett's Actress, and I think I have 2 of them, Faith Barrett Hollywood, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, please go follow her, guys. Please.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And follow her career. She's got a lot coming up. Very, very interesting. Thank you for joining us and for taking the time to talk to the audience. I know we had a lot of cut-ins and outs, and I'm sorry we broke.
Sorry. Well, thank you so much for having me, and God bless you both.
Thank you very much, and God bless.
Okay, ciao.
Guys, make sure you follow her. She's very, very interesting. And one thing I will say, I know everyone talks a lot about Nepo babies and everything in the industry. Having an advantage and using it appropriately is wonderful. Just don't be Brooklyn Beckham.
And I think you really get the Nepo baby thing when you just are an asshole or you don't put any time or effort into what you're doing.
It's funny. People look at like Gigi Hadid and Bella Hadid and say, the Nepo baby thing, but they work their asses off. They starve for their craft. Even the Kardashians work their butts off.
Yeah, they do. It's a lot you don't get to see behind the scenes. But speaking of behind the scenes, we got to bring it to an end. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this episode this week. And thank you for all your shares, comments. The support means everything. And please remember to go out there and support free MMA, where we teach everyone martial arts for no cost.
I'm the Baroness. This is Bear Fiorda. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with the Baroness and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.